Hello friends, and welcome to a very exciting video today because we are going to be trying to finish this bad boy. Now I have two double page spreads and a single page left to fill, and then this will be another journal all filled up. So that's basically what we're going to try and do today. I'm going to meet my mum in like an hour, so I'm going to try and squeeze in some journaling now, and then I'm going to go for a walk, and then hopefully I'll be able to photograph those spreads that I've made so far. But yeah, we're definitely going to finish this today. So grab your journals, grab a drink, grab something cozy, and I hope you enjoy joining me in a day of journaling. So let's get straight to it. We have no time to lose. Our first journal spread today is going to be a little memory keeping one. It's going to be a cute one because it's all about my friend's wedding that I recently went to. And because it was a friend's wedding, it meant that all my friends were there as well. So it was just a really nice, fun day. So the first thing that I started off by doing was printing out the pictures that I wanted to use. And luckily, I had remembered to keep the invitation from the wedding as well. So if I do get anything like that, I will always make sure to keep it so that I can use it in any future journal spreads. So I guess it's just like adding a little bit of junk to my spreads and just making it a bit more scrapbooky, a bit more junk journally. So I only used the name from the invitation and then the date and the time because the majority of it I wanted to have the photos and some cute decorations on the spread. So I had this really cute paper which is from a vintage like wildflower book. I think one of my pen pals sent it to me. So I started off with that because I thought the colours were quite nice and muted. They were giving kind of like a whimsical wedding. So I used that just to decorate the edges of the spread to kind of frame everything together. And funnily enough, we also have another wedding literally next week, which is the same group of people, but obviously somebody else in the group is getting married because I am now at that age where all my friends start getting married. So it's very exciting, but it can also be quite expensive. But it's definitely worth it because it's always just such a lovely day. So for the next wedding, it's going to be in Wales. So we're going to have to do a bit of traveling, and we've also decided to have a couple of days in Wales as well, me and my partner. So we've booked a cute little Airbnb in the middle of pretty much nowhere. So we will be spending a couple of days after the wedding just traveling around and hiking and exploring Wales. So you'll definitely see more of that on my channel, and I'll be doing lots of travel journaling when I get back. So this is a reminder to myself that I need to remember to collect lots of junk on my travels, but I have already saved the wedding invitation and everything for that wedding, so I can use that for the journaling as well. And it's going to be really fun because basically they've got like a big house that they're getting married in, and all of our friends are staying in there for 2 nights as well. So it's just going to be a really fun, nice time, and I'm definitely going to take my journal to do some journaling there as well. So on the morning of this wedding, I actually was at work because it was the last day of term. So I didn't want to just kind of ditch my class on the last day. So I went in for literally an hour first thing, just so that I could say goodbye to them and everything. And then I pretty much zoomed straight home and had like half an hour to get ready. So the getting ready process was pretty stressful. Trying to get into that dress and get all my makeup done and everything was, yeah, it was a task, but we managed it and we got to the wedding on time. And we basically just spent the whole day together, and it was just a really nice chill wedding, but it was just nice to kind of spend it all with our big group of friends And then, of course, that is why I needed to journal about it. Now, I've added some little pet tape samples because I had this washi tape, and to me this was just giving wedding, and it has all the little angels and cherubs on it. So I just thought it was really cute, and because it obviously isn't very bright and the colours are quite muted, it matched the spread quite nicely. And I also had this pet tape sample, which I can't remember where this is from. I think I got it from Etsy, and it comes with these huge frames, and they're all kind of like fairy tale themes and magical. And this one, again, was giving wedding. So I felt like I really wanted to add this one to the spread, even though it was pretty big, which is why I ended up doing a double page spread for this one, because I knew I had all of my pictures to add, and then I knew I needed to add that really big gazebo situation. Is that what it's called? A gazebo? I don't actually know. But yeah, it looks cute with all the different goodies on the spread. We were really lucky on the day of the wedding too. It was a really nice sunny day, but not like too warm, because sometimes I feel like if it's too warm at a wedding, it's almost unbearable. And I end up just getting sunstroke really easily. And obviously I can't walk around a wedding venue with my cap on, so I was very happy that it wasn't too warm, but I did get a tiny bit sunburned, but nothing too bad. I've always wondered what it's like as well to go to an autumn wedding, because I've only ever visited weddings in the summertime, and I just feel like it would be really cute to go to like an autumn or Christmas wedding. So if you have ever been to one, then let me know what that was like, because I am very intrigued. Now, for the writing here, I was so very confused because I needed to refill my Ferris wheel press ink in the pen, and then when I opened one of the bottles, it was just like completely empty, but it hadn't leaked anywhere. Not this one. This one I did spill all over my hands, but the first bottle, the red bottle, I opened it up and there was just nothing left in it, and I cannot for the life of me figure out why. It was almost like the entire bottle had evaporated, and it was literally half full. And I checked the box, I checked the drawer to see if it had leaked, and there was absolutely nothing that had come out of the bottle. And when you saw inside as well, you could see like almost like the ink pigment like dust bits. So if anyone has had a similar experience to that, then please let me know, because I have no idea what just happened and I would like to ensure that it doesn't happen again. But here is the first finished spread. I think it's super cute, super whimsical. I love it. Our next spread is actually going to be a reading spread, and all of these goodies that I'm currently showing you are from Journal Say, and if you do want to grab anything, I will link everything in the description, and I also have an affiliate code you can use if you want to. But this is going to be all about the book The Knight and the Moth, and this was a pretty recent read for me, although I am really behind on my reading spreads. So if you are new here, I don't have a reading journal. Instead, I just keep all my reading spreads in this journal. So I just have one journal that continuously goes forever and ever, and I just keep using these inserts again and again. So for me, the reading spreads take up quite a bit of my journal because I do read a lot, which I'm very happy about. I very much enjoy that. And I always try to create the reading spreads to match the vibe of the book, or if I can't do that, I will just make it match the book cover. Now recently I have been printing out little mini versions of the book covers, because I have also been including them in my Hobonichi notes pages as like a visual spread, just to document all the books that I've read this year. So whenever I do that, I basically print off 2 of each book cover, so that when I come to journal and do my reading spread, I can also include it. So this book is The Knight and the Moth, and it's by the same author that wrote One Dark Window. I think that's what it's called. I hope that's correct. But I've never read that series, that duology. So this was actually my first time reading a book by Rachel Gillig, and I did really enjoy it. The thing that I want to say about this book, because I feel like the way that I'm going to talk about it is going to make out that I didn't enjoy it, when I really, I did enjoy it. It's just, I feel like a lot of people, this is a 5-star read for them, and for me, it wasn't a 5-star read. So I think that's the only thing that made me a little bit disappointed, is I was like, I'm gonna love this book, and I didn't, but I did really, really enjoy it. I just didn't like, it wasn't the 5-star feeling for me, you know. And I think the reason why is because it took me quite a long time to get into the book. So essentially, she is a diviner, which is where they basically drown themselves, and then they have these dreams to do with omens, and it's all this weird, suspicious stuff going on. And she lives in like this big cathedral. She has a sidekick, which is a gargoyle, and he is basically the star of the book because he is hilarious. I really loved that character. And yeah, it was really nice to kind of see their relationship grow. And then essentially there's also a knight called Rory, and he basically comes and yeah, they get figuring some things out because all of the diviners start to go missing. So she lives with like, I think there's like 8 or 9 of them. And basically Rory helps her to kind of search for them. And that's pretty much all I can say in regards to the plot and the story without spoiling anything. I would say that the romance isn't too heavy in this one. I felt like it was kind of more of a side plot than anything, which didn't bother me really too much. You know, I do love a very heavily romanced fantasy, but it didn't bother me too much. The thing that I found tricky was at the start. So basically, the diviners don't have names. They're just called like numbers. And it was really confusing at first when they were like having conversations, because they were like talking to each other and calling each other the numbers. But then also, obviously, when it's written, it says said and then the numbers. And I had no idea who was who. So literally for the first like quarter of the book, I didn't really know what was going on. I think that was just a me problem because I found it really hard to like understand. And I don't think other people would find that tricky. I think it's honestly just me, because I feel like if other people found it tricky, then they would maybe not love it as much. So yeah, but after that, they basically started going missing, so they were kind of like out the picture. I really enjoyed it because I finally knew who was saying what and what was going on. So that was just kind of like a personal preference for me because my brain just could not comprehend that. So for the spread, I ended up trying to recreate like the cathedral vibes of where the diviner starts to live. And these frames were really perfect for it. I basically got them specifically to make this spread. And then I basically just grabbed all of these, I guess like gilded items, and just kind of stuck them in all the different spaces because I didn't have too much to write about this book. And then as I was making the spread, I was slowly realizing that I was leaving so much space for writing, and I was like, I don't actually want to write that much. So I was like, I need to just start covering up a lot of the white spaces, and I didn't have any moth stickers, unfortunately. So I ended up using these butterflies instead, but they'd kind of like match the paper and everything, so it did work out quite well. Because I end up writing as well my reviews or my thoughts quite a while after I've read the book, I usually go on Goodreads and just read the plot, mainly to remember the names of the characters because I often forget that. And then I sometimes read other people's reviews as well, just to remember certain things from the book. So that's what I'm just doing here whilst I'm trying to figure out what to write in my journal. And I don't usually write spoilers as well because obviously I share them all over the internet, so I try not to spoil the books for people. But here is the finished spread of this one. It turned out super cute and I'm really happy with it. Okay, I have just got back from my very windy walk and I now have one final page until this is finished. I think I'm going to do a bit of memory keeping in this one and just have some pictures maybe and decoration. I'm not too sure yet, so we will see how the pictures fit on the page. And then yeah, this one is all finished. So for our final spread, now for this one, I basically did some memory keeping, which is why you can see me printing off my pictures here. And usually on the last page, I'm kind of unsure of what to do. So sometimes I will just add one picture and literally nothing else. But I had this little meal out that I needed to journal about. So I wanted to include that picture on the last page because basically these two lovely ladies are my work colleagues and we all work together in a team. I'm a teacher if you didn't know that already. So we teach primary and next year I'm going up like a year group. So we're kind of like not going to be together in the same team anymore. And because I'm also going part-time in September, which is super exciting, so I can spend more time on YouTube and all the fun things like that. So we basically went out for a meal together just as like an end of year celebration. And so we took some cute pictures as well. So that's why I wanted to add it in this spread. And I wanted to go for a really pink theme for this one. I was feeling the girly vibes. So I grabbed a load of pink stationery, lots of things with cute bows on it as well. And I usually just start on the last page. If I know I'm not going to do any writing per se, then I will just kind of cover the entire spread with any scraps that I have. I didn't want to use too much pink on the background because I knew that I wanted to add lots of pink stickers on top of it. So I wanted a nice neutral background just with hints of pink there and in different places. So that's the first thing I'm starting by doing, just kind of squeezing in all the little spots before I stick down my picture and then add on my extra decoration. You'll have to let me know what you put on your last page because I feel like some people have some serious rituals when finishing their journal. So maybe you put something certain on the back page. I have previously as well put like a playlist on there before, which was kind of cute too, but now I'm kind of enjoying adding the pictures instead because it's just another excuse to add more pictures into my journal too. And I'm using these pink bow memos, which are from Journal Say as well, and that is where I'm going to be writing just a little something underneath the picture. And I tried to place it so that the bow was actually on top of the picture slightly, so it just helps to frame it a little bit. And I always stick down my pictures with double-sided sticky tape so that I know they're not going to fly off or disappear in the future. So because I am going part-time in September, that means I will have 3 days a week to work on Lizziesletters. So you're probably going to get fed up of me because I will just be around a lot more. But I'm super excited just to have more time to slow down, be creative. And it means that I'm not going to be working constantly because at the moment I currently do all my YouTube and everything like till really late at night after work or at the weekends or whenever I have school holidays. I will just work throughout the entirety of it. So I'm really looking forward to just having some downtime. So I'm going to have the weekends for actually just living life and enjoy myself instead of always doing things for my small business. So I'm hoping my work-life balance will be a little bit better, but if I know me, then I will probably just do even more work. So we will have to see. I feel like it's going to take me quite a while to get used to maybe a new routine. So we will see how that goes. So I just wrote in the little memo, the dream team, because we are the dream team. And I'm really happy with how this last spread turned out. And I wanted to add some little gold details to the spread as well. And I really love the really big bow sticker. And on my last page as well, I also have a vinyl sticker, which is actually my own. And if you want to get it, it's on my Etsy. because I'm definitely in my journal era. So thank you so much for joining me today. If this is your first time, then you should definitely like and subscribe if you made it to the end. And my next video will be a journal flip through and setting up my new one. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you guys in the next one.